got started in 2018. We took a group of girls over to Yorkshire Meadows over in Mansfield to do a little, she does a formal tea party and then teaches you how to felt. We went, what we started out basically doing was a little cookie cutter and making a little ornament, and then she had us do a little picture. And it grew from there. We came back, it was like, okay, there's more to this than meets the eye. So the other girl that worked here at the time, she and I, of course, we YouTubed it, found things, and then we started, and it got us started into doing it. So one of the first things that I did after I watched it was this little Peter Rabbit. So he's kind of my favorite because he was my first. And then it evolved into getting a whole group, and we formed a little club and went from there. COVID came, shut us down, but we were able to use a web page called House Party, and every Monday and Friday we'd all get our little cup of coffee and sit at our kitchen tables all morning long and poke and have a lot of fun. Poke and joke is basically what we did. Unfortunately, during that period of time, we lost two of our ladies, not to COVID, other things, but it was kind of sad. But we ended up getting more people involved, and it seems like all the time everybody comes in, what are you doing? And there we are. We're here today, so, because we have a lot of fun. It's a fun group. We try to offer all kinds of new activities at the Senior Center, but this has really been the one that has taken off and done very well. So we meet Wednesday mornings at 9:30 and Friday mornings at 9:30. It doesn't cost anything except your materials. You just come and have fun. Anyone is welcome to the Corning Senior Center. It's located on One Park Lane in Corning, and we have, this isn't just the only activity we have art, we have wood carving, all types of things if they're interested. This is just a fun group that we have, that, and it's really grown, and it's a very way of showing creativity. This is an inexpensive hobby to do. It's not expensive at all. You're basically using needles, which are different gauge sizes. There's 3 different gauges that we use, a small, medium, and large. Each needle has a spur on right down to this point, so you have to be very careful. And you start out with a raw piece of roving or wool roving. It's all wool because the wool, what you're going to do is join the fibers together when you're punching it. So you can start with just a small and just punch until you get a form, and that's how you start it. You have to have some kind of inspiration what you're doing. This is a dry felting method. There's also wet felting. We don't do a whole lot of that. And then you form, this is started to form a head. So you'll just punch it until it gets really hard, because once it's hard, you can start forming the figure of it. I have started a puppy dog. We're using Ezra as a model. So this is, at this point, he's not hard enough yet, but once you get him all figured out, get his eyes in there, and then you use different felts. I don't have the natural colors with me right now, but you can make him all colors. These colors are all available. We do most of our shopping on the internet. We do a little bit up at the Windmill. We get fiber, and some at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. But most of the colors is more available at on the internet to get the proper colors, the flesh tones and that type of thing. There's different type needles we can use. This one has 10 in it. This one has 7. This has 3. So it makes the punching go a little bit faster when you're working on a bigger object. And then the different gauge sizes. If you don't make your own eyes, you can buy eyes to put into your animals if you're making, or your people. And I use a lot of wire in the inside of my people. Basically, she is wired on the inside that makes her fingers, and then you felt around the wires. So that's how you get their forms. This one, I made the eyes. They're not, and I've gotten pretty good at doing it rather than putting the plastic eyes in it. And everybody else is working on doing that too. Now the little animals will probably put the plastic eyes in.